Hello, today I want to talk about when we do not act on something out of fear. When fear stops us from doing what it is that we think we should do. And that can be a lot of things, like not wanting to go to the dentist because we're afraid, or going to a doctor's office because we're afraid of what the results might be, or leaving a relationship, or starting a new career. But before I get into that, I want to give a shout out to Smokey. Hey, bitch, I see you. She is a subscriber that actually, communicates with me, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching my videos, and thank you so much for interacting with me. It really means a lot to me. So anyways, back to the topic at hand. I wanted to, like I said, talk about when we do not act on something because we're afraid. And this is super common, and this has happened to me a lot in my life. Like wanting to, I was working at a really shitty job where I was making barely over minimum wage, and I was like, well, at least it's a job, and I was afraid to branch out and try something new. Life forced my hand. I ended up leaving that job anyways, and I ended up finding a better job where I made more. And if I would have just taken that step sooner, I would have realized a lot earlier that that was something that was going to be beneficial, but I let fear stop me. Another one for me is the dentist. I have a couple teeth that need work, and I'm so afraid. I'm like paralyzed by fear, and I don't want to go, even though all they would do is give me a filling, and then I would be out the door. But whatever. And this is such a common thing that we all go through. Sorry, I had to check something on my phone. It's such a common thing that we all go through, where in life sometimes we get fucking stuck because we're just afraid, and it's not like we're afraid of the choice. I think we're afraid of what might happen because of the choice. Like in particular, in relationships. Like say you really want to leave a relationship, but you're just so afraid of what will happen if you do. Now I have to pay the bills by myself. What if we have kids together? And now we have to worry about custody, this, that, and the other. You start worrying about the what ifs before anything has even happened. So what we do is we create ideas and scenarios in our head that have not come to pass yet. And so we're sitting here stressing about something that hasn't even happened yet, instead of stressing about the choices we could be making. And I do it all the fucking time. Like, I'm an overthinker. I sit there and I'll think about the what if scenarios a lot, and it honestly, it's not healthy for me. So sometimes I just have to take a step back and say, whoa, like, none of this has come to fruition. None of this is real. It's all in my fucking head. I need to not, stress so much about things that haven't even occurred yet. Because the truth of the matter is, a lot of those things may not even happen. It may go smooth. It may be smooth sailing. It may work out. You never know. Or it could be a shit show. But if that does happen, then you have to cross that bridge when you get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's much easier said than done. I'm not saying that, like, oh, I've said it, so that means it's like easy peasy. No, that would be a crack of shit for me to sit there and say that that is an easy task. There's a reason that we are all paralyzed by fear. It's because it's fucking scary, right? But I do want to say this. If it's a choice that you genuinely think will make you happier, if it's a choice that you genuinely think will improve the quality of your life, do it regardless of the fear. Just do it. Jump into it, I did it when it came to getting clean. I was so afraid of being sick, of going through withdrawals. I was so scared of feeling like shit, not being able to take care of responsibilities and this, that, and the other. And I went ahead and I followed through and I did it anyways. And now my life has improved so much because of the choice that I made, regardless of the fact that I was scared, which I genuinely was so fucking scared. Like, I was fucking terrified. And I just recently left a relationship, and I was afraid of what the outcome might be, because I was going to have to move. I was in his house. I was going to have to move. I was going to have to find a new place. I was going to have to switch my daughter's school. I was going to have to do all these things that just seemed like too much. And I just did it any goddamn way. I just fucking did it anyway. And it was really scary. And I am still in the midst of trying to figure out getting a place. And I'm still in the midst of trying to figure out where my feet are going to land. And I still have a to-do list. But at least I made the first step. life is, baby steps. As long as they're in the right direction, you're going to make progress. You're going to be okay. But yeah, so many of us are paralyzed by fear, and I don't think the fear goes away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think just because you decide to make the choice that you're afraid of, that fear goes away. You just feel the fear and you just accept that it's going to be there. I just accepted, okay, I'm going to be scared. I'm not going to know what I'm doing. This is going to be a fucking shit show. I'm going to be like a chicken with my head cut off and running around. I know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm going to do it anyways, and I did make that choice. When it comes to a relationship, I did make that choice when it comes to getting clean. And those were choices that I think were eventually going to happen anyways. Either that or I was going to be fucking miserable for the rest of my life. And I chose to be happy, and I chose to do the next right thing. And I do still have things in my life where I'm not making the right choice, or, I could be doing better, or, and I'm paralyzed by fear. Like for example, getting further in my education. I am terrified of the debt that's going to create. I am terrified of getting a degree and it not doing me any fucking good. Like, I have these fears, and it is 100% stopping me from furthering my education. No bullshit. Like, it is seriously exactly what I'm trying to preach here. Don't let fear hold us back. And there are still things in my life where I'm letting it hold me back. The fear of not being around my kid as much because I'm working full time and being a student. And, there are things that, sorry, I want some chapstick, my lips. This winter, every winter, my lips just get so fucking chapped, and it kills, and my skin gets super dry and itchy, and it's just, ugh. Fuck winter. I hate winter. The only good thing about winter is that there aren't any fucking bugs. That's literally the only thing. The rest of winter can go fuck itself. Okay, sorry. But yeah, it's just something that we all have to deal with. It's something that's completely relatable. Being paralyzed by fear. And my only advice, like I said, is just accept the fact that you're going to be afraid, and just take baby steps, just do it. Just go for it. If it's something you're truly, if it's something you truly feel needs to be done, if it's something that you think will genuinely improve your quality of life, I say go for it. And I say fuck the fear. Just understand it's going to be there and move forward. Because if not, you might end up with regret. I don't know. I may regret not doing some things that I could have done in my younger years, or even now, like I said, not going back to school. Not saying I never will, but if I choose never to, I may regret that. I don't know. But, I don't know. It's just something that I think that we all go through at one point in time or another, and it's something that we need to try to not let it stop us, And I understand it slows us down a lot. It has slowed me down a lot. It stops me from doing, it stopped me from getting clean for quite a while, to be honest. I stayed in a relationship longer than I should have because I was afraid of what would happen if I left. But now that I'm on the other side of those things, my world's a lot brighter. And honestly, I feel like even if it wasn't, I still would be okay with the choice that I made, because I made it because I thought it was right, and I felt that it was right, So even if I would have came out on this end and I just would have been like, fuck man, my life is so much harder now, everything is harder, which it is, because now I have a lot of shit that I gotta do on my own, which is totally fine. But the point is, even if it wouldn't have turned out super great, and it would have been like, well, fuck man, I made that choice, and now things are kind of shitty, and this is hard, and I feel like I still would have been okay with the choice I made, because I made it for the right reasons. I guess that's all I have to say. So I guess I'll go ahead and go. Just remember that there's always hope that tomorrow will be a better day.